When you click on the login button, you're going to get a screen that looks pretty much like this. If you haven't signed up yet, you can click on the sign up button, and it's going to ask you, have you created an account before? And if you say no, it's going to take you to this screen. Now it's going to ask you to fill in all this information and to click on these two buttons. I agree to ARM's terms and conditions, and I confirm I've read and accepted ARM's privacy policy. When you do that, you should be able to log in and get to the cloud compiler, and it should give you a screen like this. It says that there is no device selected. And what that means is we have to select a device that we're going to compile for. So I'm just going to click on this button, and it's going to come back here to say you haven't selected a platform yet. Select a platform, and then we can come down here and hit the plus button, and it's going to take us to the platforms page. On the platforms page, if we scroll down, we're going to get to the processor that we want, which is this guy, the Freedom K64. And we can see here that right in here it says add to your embed compiler. So we're just going to click on that. Now you can add as many different boards as you want to your compiler, and then you can say open embed compiler, and it's going to take you right back to the embed compiler. But notice this time up in the right hand corner it has Freedom K64 and it's got platform here. But we're going to go down here and start with empty program, and we're also going to call it LEDS, and we're going to just say OK. Now that we have a project folder, what we want to do is right mouse click and say new file, and what we want to do is type rgb_leds.cpp, and we're going to say OK. And what that has done is it's created an rgb_leds.cpp file that we can program, but we can't just program directly. What we want to do is actually bring in and import a library. To do that, we're going to say import, and we're going to go to libraries, and if we back up just a little bit here, we're going to search here for mbed, M-B-E-D, and we're going to hit enter. And once it comes up, we're just going to grab the one that says embed official here, and we're just going to grab that with the left mouse button and slide it up over here until it touches LEDs. Once it does, it's going to add that to our LEDs project folder. And if we open that up and take a closer look, we can see the embed library is broken into classes, and we have a number of classes: analog in, analog out, bus in, bus out, and so forth. And we also have structures, and we also have groups. Now of all these, what we're going to look at today is under classes, we're going to look at digital out. So if we look at digital out, it gives us a number of things here about the digital out class, and if we slide down here, it shows us a very small program. So what we're going to do is we're just going to grab this information here, we're going to Control C, and then we're going to go back to our program here and Control V. And this is a little program that we've got. Now under help, it's going to show you a number of things, and one of the things you can do is Control B to do a compile without actually doing more than just a compile. And at the bottom here it says successful, so this program actually compiles and does something. Now if we double click on digital out, it's going to show us that here's some of the stuff for digital out, and if we click on this part, it shows you all the details about how digital out works. But for now, what we want to do is actually start working a little bit with our program code. So let me just close this for a second. So it was very easy to get our program ready to go, and we can download this and run it on our board if we want, but we want to add some stuff in here and understand a little bit about what's going on. For instance, digital out here, the way it works is you can say digital out and say LED and say LED 1. Now if we double click on LED 1, that LED 1 is a LED underscore red. So there's actually 3 colored LEDs on our board, as we've seen already, and LED 1 refers to the red. Let's change this to LED 2, and we'll see that LED 2 is green and LED 3 is blue. So it depends on which color LED you want to work with, but we have 3 different LEDs: LED 1, LED 2, and LED 3, and these are pretty standard names for our embed stuff. So let's go back to our red lead and just deal with red lead. But we know that whatever name we give this, let's zoom in a little bit here, whatever name we give this, this will refer to that particular lead. So lead 1 is our red lead and so forth. So let's make note of that by saying red underscore lead. Now one other thing that we can do is we double click on this, we can also do a find and replace, and we can say find LED, which was the original, and let's replace that with red underscore LED. So if we say find, we don't want that one, let's find again, we want to replace that one, and we want to replace that one. And let's do a control B again to make sure that our code is still going to work. And it does say success. At this point, let's do a full compile. Say save file, say OK. And then we'll go over here to this button. We're going to right mouse click, say open containing folder. And what we're going to do is we're going to grab LEDs underscore K64 here, and we're going to slide it into embed and download. And once we do that, when we hit the reset button, we should see the red LED going on and off every 0.2 seconds.